What would you do if another man's wife looked you dead in the eye and said, "Your wife isn't sick. She has been with my husband"? That one sentence shattered my world completely. That night, my wife claimed food poisoning, stumbling home pale and shaky, acting like her stomach was tearing her apart. But the real shock wasn't her lies. It came from Rachel, the other woman's wife, holding a folded PDF in my kitchen. Before I could speak, Rachel opened the paper. Every line she read ripped my marriage apart. These words changed everything. If you think you know what came next, think again. Stay with me. Before Rachel showed up, my life revolved around one idea. A man should have a safe home. Our modest 2-story house in Hilliard was my sanctuary after long, hard days underground fixing power lines, years of early mornings, late nights, crawling in cold mud to keep the lights on. I believed we were a team, me handling the hard grind, Jenna managing the heart of our home. Every night before bed, I detach my reflection and feel a quiet pride. As long as I looked myself in the eye, I knew I was holding it together. That trust dissolved faster than I ever imagined. The first cracks didn't shout. They whispered. Girls, nights out more frequent. Vague stories about work projects. Late meetings. I told myself, Dawn be insecure. She deserves a life. But something felt off. Our dog, Cooper, would wait by the door every night, ears perked for the sound of her keys. I pretended to watch TV, but we both were just waiting for the truth to come home. The phone went from face up to face down. Smiles when she saw texts. Quick excuses. Sudden trips to bathroom or laundry whenever I approached. I was watching a stranger live my life with me in the same house. One night, I saw her phone light up. A man's name and the message. Last night, she swiped it away like it never happened. That was the moment denial began to crack. At 1:30 a.m., the front door creaked open. Jenna staggered inside, disheveled, makeup faded, one heel in hand, claiming bad tacos. But her pale face told a different story when I was too scared to ask about. She curled up on the couch, breathing heavy like she was in pain, swallowed my doubts, letting her act sick. Alone for the first time in my own home, I felt completely isolated and lost. Next morning, her swollen eyes spoke truths her words hid. Coffee grounds spilled, phone buzzing scared her. When I asked about the sickness, she just mumbled, "Must be been something I ate." I knew better. That cold feeling down my spine told me this wasn't about food poisoning. Something else was rotting beneath the surface. I went to work, but my mind was trapped in that kitchen's silent suffering. Around 3 p.m., Jenna texted, feeling awful, going to the clinic for tests. That word clinic hit deeper than illness. I wasn't afraid for her health, I was scared of what the truth might show. That night, I caught her deleting messages in front of a mirror. Each swipe erased pieces of a life I didn't know I'd lost. I stood frozen, becoming a stranger in my own marriage. The next day at work, a confidential email popped up. Test results for Jenna. My heart dropped, numbers and terms blurred, until 2 words hit like a hammer. Positive and intimate contact. I didn't scream or rage. I sat silently, staring at the screen, rewriting 13 years of my life. It wasn't anger, it felt like a part of me was just unplugged. Gone forever. The worst wasn't the cheating. It was the lying. Every time she opened her mouth to hide the truth, she chose betrayal. I didn't confront her yet, I just let the cold facts sink deep. My mind raced, connecting dots, the office project. Late nights, defense when I said boundaries. One name kept appearing, Ethan. He was the link I feared but had to face. I searched for Ethan's wife, Rachel Mallory. Her profile picture with him and 2 kids hit me harder than test results. Wasn't the only one shattered, she was living the same nightmare. I sent Rachel an email with Jenna's test results attached. My hands hovered over send. 1 second to turn back, but I clicked. 5 minutes later, a call from Rachel. We need to meet. We chose Scotty's Coffee in Grandview, a quiet, neutral ground. I arrived early, heart pounding, watching others live normal lives, while mine unraveled in silence behind their smiles. Rachel walked in, worn and tired. Our eyes met, both holding the same pain from different homes. We sat silently, hands around warm cups we didn't drink, breathing the shared wreckage of betrayal. She whispered about his lies, working late, girls' night, food poisoning. Bitter laughter slipped out. We were two lost souls, realizing the same painful truth. We'd been lied to, blind to it all along. Rachel opened her phone to show me screenshots, rideshare receipts from late at night, hotel folios, champagne orders. No romantic stories here, just cold evidence of betrayal. Messages slipped on screen. When she leaves, I sneak out. I love you. I didn't yell or ask if this was Jenna. I recognized her writing. Denial ran out right there at that table with Rachel's phone between us. After everything sank in, I asked Rachel, "What do you want to do?" She looked up, exhausted but resolute. "I want him to hear the test results out loud where he can lie." I nodded. We face it together. We set a time, my house, my kitchen, very place Jenna faked sickness. No revenge, no drama, just two people done hiding from truth, ready to drag lies into the light and see what remains. Driving home felt surreal, familiar streets felt unreal, like I was an actor in my own life's tragedy. I gripped the wheel tight but tried to stay calm, repeating one thought: respect is everything. The house looked the same as always. The radio played normal chatter about traffic and sports. I turned it off. I didn't want noise, just silence so loud it matched the chaos inside me. I leaned against the counter when Jenna told me she felt better. Clinic said it was something she ate, but her eyes searched mine. Then her phone face down between us. The house felt wrong, like a stage without a script. Suddenly, the doorbell rang, a sharp sound slicing through the fake calm. Jenna froze, hand white on ladle. No words needed. We both knew. I walked to the door. Rachel stood there, the bearer of shattered trust. Rachel stepped inside like she belonged there. She stopped near Jenna, who looked drained, kitchen filled with the weight of 3 lives. Rachel unfolded the test results, and silence screamed louder than words. Rachel's voice was calm, clinical. She read the results out loud. Positive, recent exposure, not food-related. Jenna's face crumpled. The truth was no longer hidden. It was inked in black and white, echoing through my home. Jenna begged, pleaded for the reading to stop. Her hand reached out, but the words had landed. I stood between them, not to shield, but to hold her there. No more running, no more hiding. Suddenly, Jenna's phone buzzed on the table. It's time. It wasn't face down. Ethan's name lit up the screen like a beacon we all dreaded. The final piece of the puzzle appeared, glaring like a harsh spotlight. Jenna lunged for the phone. I stepped forward, pinning it gently under my boot. No smashing, just stopping the hiding. The glowing screen screamed his name, Ethan, the man who shattered our lives. Jenna broke down crying, sobbing it was just once. A mistake. Rachel's bitter laugh questioned that claim. Hotel receipts proved it wasn't one night. It was a pattern of choices, not accidents. She made excuses, loneliness, confusion, but I stayed silent. I knew the rhythm of lies too well. Then I said, "Stop." Just one word that shattered the excuses and broke the silence forever. Jenna froze, caught mid-excuse. I stepped closer, calm but resolute. You didn't accidentally end up in hotel rooms. Those were deliberate decisions. Her lips trembled, the truth hitting harder than any slap. Rachel placed the test results on the table, right beside Jenna's buzzing phone. She revealed the reality: plans to leave, broken promises, and betrayal masked by lies and anger. We stood silently, the soft bubbling of soup in the background mingling with Jenna's shaky promises. Therapy, quitting her job, blocking him, empty words echoing a broken house. I didn't argue or interrupt. Each promise hit the floor like an empty shell. Sounded loud, but were worthless because they couldn't erase a lifetime of repeated choices. When Jenna's voice cracked into sobs, I turned away and opened a drawer. I pulled out a blank folder, a line drawn in the sand. Silent but firm. No words needed. She understood instantly. We sat in silence, The blank folder between us. Jenna wiped tears and whispered, "We can come back from this." I said, "You stay at Linda S. tonight. Pack a bag." She looked stunned, like the house had caught fire. The word separation hit harder than any explosion. Jenna S.'s shoulders collapsed. I stood, grabbed my keys, heart pounding but mind finally clear. She asked, "Where are you going?" I said, "Somewhere I can breathe." I walked out and closed the door softly behind me. The stale air stayed inside. Outside, cold evening wrapped around me. And for the first time in months, I could finally breathe again. I texted Rachel, thanking her for coming and helping me not feel crazy. She replied, "We did what we had to. Wasn't revenge or victory. It was the first moment of peace in a long time." By the next day, my phone buzzed non-stop. Family and friends heard whispers, shared opinions. Try counseling. Don't throw away 13 years. They said. I listened, but didn't share details or post drama online. I chose strength in silence, refusing to react like people expected. No dirty laundry aired. Just calm dignity. Respect was all that mattered now. Without it, marriage was just paperwork and memories. A few days after the kitchen blew up, I got a text from Ethan. "Can we talk?" It's not what you think. Funny how bro shows up when a man's in trouble. He said we were drunk. His marriage was bad. He didn't mean harm. The script was familiar. Blame the booze, blame the marriage. Never the choices. I didn't rage back, I typed one line. "We redone here." I saved screenshots, test results, hotel receipts, proof. Not a conversation. Then I blocked him, locking the door on a chapter that caused too much pain and access to my life. Rachel and I kept contact short and clean. No trauma bonding. No oversharing. Just two people navigating the same wreckage, helping each other not to drown in pain and betrayal. One afternoon, Rachel texted her husband's test came back positive too. She moved out with kids to her mother's. Lawyers and logistics catching up with reality. I told her Jenna was at Linda's. Papers drawn up. We compared timelines and timelines of excuses. Everything aligned perfectly late nights. Messages. The lies fitting together like a broken puzzle. We shared trusted lawyers' contacts, bracing for the inevitable. Rachel said, "We'll get through it. Maybe not clean, but we will." For the first time, I believed it not because I trusted others, but because I wasn't alone anymore in this fight. Sat across from a lawyer in a small office with old hardwood floors and shelves full of files. This was the place where lives get torn apart and rebuilt. Cold and clinical but necessary. The lawyer asked for everything: emails, test PDFs, screenshots, receipts, text logs. I slid a flash drive across the desk. "Back this up twice," he said. "From now on, only calm, careful communication. No more reacting with anger or emotion." The lawyer warned, "Think before speaking to Jenna or Ethan." I had to learn how to respond thoughtfully, keeping control, ready for the legal battle ahead. With the legal path clear, I left the office feeling a strange mix of relief and weight. This was just the start. But finally, I had a plan and strength to face what was coming. Respect is everything. Without it, there's no marriage. Just memories and paperwork. Even amid pain and betrayal, I chose calm dignity over drama or public spectacle. It's the hardest fight I've ever faced. Family reactions flooded in, some sympathetic, others judgmental. Everyone had an opinion on what a good man should do. But for me, respect and truth were the only guides I could trust now. After blocking Ethan, I felt a sliver of control returning. Closing doors, saving receipts, protecting my peace. No longer a player in their story. I was writing my next chapter one page at a time. Rachel and I stayed in calm contact, sharing updates without falling into dark conversations or second-guessing. We were survivors, helping each other stay afloat through the storm. Despite legal steps and firm boundaries, the sorrow lingered. The homes we built were crumbling. But in that shared pain, Rachel and I found a tiny spark. We were not alone anymore. Legal documents, separation papers, financial divides, each step soaked in cold reality. But with every signed page, the fog cleared a little. The fight for respect was now a fight to define my life again. The future was uncertain, messy, painful, but after months of lies, silence, and heartbreak, I felt something rare. Clarity. Everything was better than the shadow this betrayal had cast over my life. When I closed the door behind me that night, it wasn't just a house I left. It was a chapter sealed with silent tears and unspoken words. The home I built was still standing, but I was walking away. Stepping outside let me breathe again. The cold air washed away the suffocating weight inside. Sometimes the hardest thing is to walk away, but it's the first step to healing and peace. This wasn't about revenge. There was no victory dance, no dramatic payoff, just the calm after chaos, the fragile first moments of peace after everything fell apart. Families shared advice, some urging forgiveness, others pressing to fight harder. I listened but stayed carefully silent. This was my life, not their story to rewrite or judge. I refused to air our secrets online. No screenshots posted, no public calling out. Respect wasn't just for others, it was about preserving my dignity in a mess that felt endless. When Ethan reached out, I didn't engage in blame or argument. Instead, I closed that door firmly, saving proof but shutting down the conversation. Sometimes silence is the strongest answer. Rachel and I shared only what was necessary. No late nights of pain, no venting, just two people walking parallel paths through heartbreak, finding strength without becoming drowning victims. The lawyer's office smelled like cold reality and old paper. Here, I handed over every proof: emails, receipts, logs archived in flash drives, and backed up twice to protect my future. From now on, no long messages or emotional outbursts. The lawyer instructed me to keep it short and clear, responding only after thinking through every word and holding back all impulse to react. Separation papers, divided assets, legal battles loomed ahead. But it was time to stop pretending and let the truth, no matter how brutal, do the damage it needed to do. Finally, amidst the storm of lies and betrayal, I found clarity. The truth hurt, but it also freed me. I wasn't alone anymore. Two broken lives intertwined, now stood on the cusp of healing. Every step has been painful, but with each one, I grew stronger. Strength that comes not from winning, but from facing loss honestly. This was the hardest fight, fighting for respect and peace. The road ahead is long and uncertain. I am ready. With firm steps and a clear mind, I will face whatever comes next. This isn't the end, it's the beginning of something new. Sometimes we have to let go of everything we thought was safe to find what is truly right. The past is heavy, but freedom and peace come with the hardest goodbyes. I am still navigating the wreckage, facing each day with quiet courage. The truth cracked my world open, but now I am rebuilding, piece by piece, looking toward a horizon I never thought I'd see again. If you found your safe home shattered by lies and betrayal, what would you do? Fight, walk away, or find strength in silence and dignity? Let me know your thoughts. It is a question that haunts me every day. Some endings are just beginnings in disguise. I don't know what the future holds, but I know respect is everything, and I am finally ready to live by that truth, no matter the cost. Thanks for hearing my story, a story of betrayal, heartbreak, and hard truth. If this moved you, share your thoughts below, because sometimes sharing pain is the first step toward healing.